welcome back to my channel and welcome back to my canal. For today's video, I am going to be showing you guys my holy grail products. That means products that I absolutely love, products that I repurchase over and over time, and products that I cannot live without. These are basically all, and I'm giving it all and sharing it all with you guys. So if you guys want to know exactly what products I'm talking about, then let's get started. But these are the ones that I like to repurchase from time to time, or these are also the products that I gravitate to the most out of all the products that I have. I just end up getting sucked into those products and I cannot live without them. I want to go ahead and share these products with you. So the first thing that we're gonna do is basically prime our face. So let's get started. So the first thing that I like to do is prime my face, and this can mean with a setting powder. Not a setting powder. I like to use my Catrice Energizing Prime and Care Spray, which is this one. I have used this in my videos many times, but this is a product that I gravitate to. I feel like it leaves my skin really hydrated, really nourished, and I feel it like so supple, like refreshed. So this is the product that I like to use. So the first thing that I'm gonna do, but before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and clip my hair back. That way it's out of the way. There we go. If you guys see these brows, please ignore them. I am going to try a wax at home. If you guys wax your brows at home, please let me know how it goes. And if this is also your first time, how did it go? Because I'm very nervous. I did the wax pen, but I actually bought the kit. Thank God it was finally available. So I'm very excited to try that, but I'm also very nervous because I do not want to mess up my brows. But I know that they do grow back, so that is the good thing about it. But definitely let me know if you guys wax your brows at home. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray it. It reminds me a little bit of the Smashbox primer water. It does not compare to it, but it does really good for the price. I believe this was $6.99 or $7.99. We have our face all primed. I am gonna go ahead and use my two all-time favorite primers, and I'm pretty sure you guys know one of them. If you guys do, stop the video and definitely comment down below. So go ahead, comment. Alright, so now we're back. So as you guys know, it is of course the Porefessional primer. If you guys have not tried this primer, what are you doing? You definitely have to try this primer. This is just not like any other primer. Primer focuses more on the pores, more on the fine lines, than kind of priming your whole face for the foundation, if that makes any sense. But I only like this to minimize my pores and my fine lines. So what I would do is get a good bit. This is also a consistency of a balm versus a silicone. Better with balms than a silicone primer. I feel like with a silicone, since I am more of a combination too oily, it tends to get too oily and my foundations ends up being all over the place. So now that I have kind of smashed it together between my fingers, I'm gonna go ahead and press it in my nose and then going outwards. So just like this, all over my face. I am gonna get a little bit more because I absolutely love this product, cannot live without it, and I use it a lot because I want my pores to be really minimized. Like, I do not want to see them. So that is what I'm doing now. I'm gonna go ahead and use my second primer. Yes, some people use only one primer. I tend to use sometimes 2 to 3 primers, and I know you're gonna call me crazy, but I feel like they do a better job than just one primer. Some primers specify on, hey, this is going to be more of a mattifying primer, this is going to be more for your pores, this is going to be more for your fine lines. So you kind of have to play with some primers to find your perfect pair, and I have found my perfect pair. Next primer that I absolutely love is the Henriksen Banana Bright Face Primer. Now this one definitely is amazing. It also has vitamin C and it's meant to brighten up your skin. So if you're looking a little dull, you can put a little bit of this primer and it's going to brighten up the skin. This also does say that it's really good for pores and fine lines, but I feel like this one is more ideal to brighten up my skin, to get my skin ready for that foundation, and to give it a little bit of a grip to hold that foundation for a very long time. I know a lot of people skip primers, and that's just a preference, but I feel like a primer is very, 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 very important in your foundation, because it's almost like a barrier between your skin and that foundation. You know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't want to apply foundation straight to your skin. Like, I feel like it's just gonna glide on, it's gonna stick to places that you don't want it to. So you're gonna use that primer to be the barrier between your skin and your foundation, to kind of stick together very nicely. You're gonna also create a very smooth canvas for that foundation to adhere to. So if you're one of those people that do not like using primer, it's totally understandable, but go ahead and definitely explore the primers, and I bet you will definitely find a primer for you, because it does take time to kind of find that primer that you actually like. It took me a while. So these are my two favorite and my favorite pair. Now this one does come in a more of a lotion form, and it does have a little bit of a tint, and it's more like a banana tint to it to really brighten. And I'm gonna go ahead and place this in my outer perimeters, and whatever's left, I just press it in my T-zone, because I do not want to move the first primer that I use. So now that we have primed our face with our favorite two foundation primers, I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows. So I used to love a lot using a a pomade for my brows, but I noticed that it was getting a little too harsh. So I have discovered a new brow pencil, and you guys have seen this previously, and it is the Tarte Sketch and Set brow pencil. Like, I absolutely love this one a lot. Like, hands down, 10 out of 10. I love it. I will repurchase it. I just can't get rid of it. Like, I gravitate to it. So like I have said before, is a pencil on one side and a brow gel in the other. I did get the color black brown, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows off camera, and then I will be right back. So I finished doing my brows, and this pencil, it's, like I said, it's very, very creamy, but it's not a creamy that is just gonna go all over the place. It kind of gives you a nice glide to follow your natural brow arch. In this case, it probably could be a little bit lost, but it follows it very, very nicely, and the brow gel holds the hairs very nicely in place. So this has become one of my all-time favorite brow pencils at the moment. Looking for a new brow pencil, definitely check these out, because I feel like you won't be disappointed at all. I mean, it is a 2-in-1 dual pencil, so you have your pencil and then your brow gel. I mean, you can't really go wrong with that. Go ahead and prime my eyes, and for that I am going to be using the Too Faced concealer and placing it right there. And I'm just gonna pat it toward, I'm gonna pat this concealer all over my lid, just like so, just like that. Our eyelids are primed. I'm gonna show you two of my favorite palettes. These are my Holy Grail palettes. I do have my favorite brand palettes, the ones that I absolutely love just because they're really pigmented, they blend very well, but these are the palettes that I gravitate to the most. It can be like a very simple look, out the door look, or it could be a very full glam, but these are the two that I absolutely love. I am going to show you one that I love. Unfortunately, this was a limited collection, but I feel like the one that I'm going to show you next is very, very similar to this one. So this is the Dose of Colors Desi and Katy Friendcation palette. This one is absolutely beautiful, and when I show you this palette, it is going to be dirty. And when I mean dirty, it means dirty. And it's not because I am just a dirty person, it's only because I, you know, be all over the eyeshadows. But this is how it looks. You can see it looks. I really love this palette concept. You have your neutrals, you have your pop of colors, you have your mattes, you have your shimmers, you have it all in this little palette here. It's not so little, but you know what I mean. And they blend so well. The glitters are amazing. Like, that is absolutely beautiful. So is this one. But unfortunately, I'm not going to go ahead and show you. I'm not going to show you those. I mean, I would love to use this palette, but it's not available to purchase. What I am going to show you is something very similar. It's not going to have like those really pop of colors, but it's going to be very similar to the Story palette of the Desi. Of the Dose of Colors. So this is the Supreme Nudes by Artist Couture brand, and I mean, this is, well, let me go ahead and guess. This is gorgeous. I mean, it has your, you know, your mattes, your shimmers, your pop of color being this olive green up here. So this is Supreme. Look how gorgeous that looks, and it's very similar to, like I said, the Dose. Why I keep calling it Dose? The Dose of Colors palette, Desi and Katy. And then you have your mattes, and I'm gonna do a shimmer. Your shimmers. Right, so the first color that we're gonna use, it's gonna be Exposed. So this Exposed is more like an ivory color, like an off-white ivory. And I'm just gonna go ahead and, ooh, let me go ahead and blend this out again. And put this all over my lid. Just in a patting motion. Alright, now that I have used Exposed all over my lid with the same brush, I'm going to use Transcend. And this is going to be basically a more of a soft, warm brown. It does have a little bit of that rust into it, so it kind of feels like it's like a reddish brown, but it's definitely in the brown family. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that all over my crease, just like so. This is my first palette from them, and these eyeshadows also blend very nicely. They're very smooth and they blend like a dream. Like, I don't have to sit here and, you know, blend and blend. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my other eye. If you're a beginner and you're just starting off and you're looking for a palette that is going to be easy to blend, it's going to be pigmented but not pigmented where it's going to scare you off, definitely try this palette from Artist Couture. These eyeshadows blend really nicely. I'm going to go with Aesthetic. And this one is going to be more of a rich brown. It's going to be very fudge. Go ahead and pack this in my crease. And I'm going to just put it right here in my outer. Just like that. Like, really nice. And right here, I'm going to go ahead and flick it out a little bit, but also blending it at the same time. So a little bit of a more packed brush. And I'm going to grab Mink, which is more of your chocolate color here. Pack this on right here. I'm not going to go upwards, downwards, anything. I'm just packing it right here in my outer corner. And that's it. Right there. And as you notice, these eyeshadows are not giving me any trouble at all. I'm going to go ahead and grab a little bit more of Aesthetic. And pack it more in my crease. concealer once again to carve my cut crease. I know right now it looks kind of crazy, but I promise it's gonna look better. I'm gonna grab Supreme, which is this nice olive color right here. Opulence, which is this shimmer right here. Discovered these elf strips, and they are 100% very helpful, and this is exactly how they look. They're just basically a liner and define eye tape in my lower lash towards my brow, just like that, and show you guys my favorite liner face. Better Than Sex liner, more like a brush pencil versus like a felt tip. I'm just gonna close my eye and do a line just like that. I am going to use one of my all-time favorite mascaras, Benefit, the Roller Lash Mascara. It really kind of lifts the lashes a little bit, but it also separates my lashes. It doesn't clump them up or anything like that. And remove my tape, and see how that wing is very crisp. So these are really nice helpers. So I do have two foundations that I absolutely cannot live without. And these are, like I said, foundations that I purchase over and over again. And of course in different shades. But one of them is the Tarte Face Tape. And as you guys can see, it's like barely any in here. And then the other foundation that I love is the Nars Radiant Foundation. And this is in the shade M5 Valencia, and the Tarte one is 42G10 Golden. But I'm going to go ahead and use the Tarte Face Tape Foundation because this is one of my favorites at the moment, and I gravitate to it a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and apply my foundation, give it a good pump, and do little dots. And the sponge that I'm going to be using today is the Beaky, and this is also one of my all-time favorites foundation applicators. So I'm going to go ahead and blend this all out. Medium to full coverage. It's easy to blend. It also doesn't dry too fast. It lets you work that foundation in very nicely. Now I'm going to go ahead and use my Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and this is in the shade Golden Beige. And apply it. And then with that, I am going to go ahead and apply my LA Girl Pro Concealer, and this is in the color Chestnut. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go ahead and blend my contour first, and I'm gonna use the bouncier side first. Switch it, and I'm gonna go ahead and start blending my concealer now. I like to let my concealer sit for a little bit. That way it doesn't move any of my product or any of my foundation underneath. And I'm pretty sure you guys know what the ultimate setting powder is. And I believe that this is everybody's holy grail powder. I haven't met anyone that said it has not been their holy grail products, so I'm pretty sure you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. And that is the Laura Mercier Powder Translucent. Oh, I almost dropped it again. And I'm gonna get a good bit and drag it out. It's so fine, like it blends so nicely, so nicely. Now the bronzer that I'm going to be using is the Nars bronzer, and when I show you this, you guys are going to know that this is my holy grail bronzer. You guys ready? Ah! It is almost gone. There's almost no product in here. But I'm going to go ahead and warm up my face a little. That way I don't look so flat with this foundation. I feel like this bronzer was everybody's holy grail at some point, and now, you know, there's so many that I feel like people have forgotten how good the Nars Laguna bronzer is. So make sure to use it because it's really good. So for my blush, I really love this one by MAC, and this is Into Eternity. I recently bought this probably like a year ago, and this is the bronzer that I was using every single day. Yes, every single day. If you guys see more blushes coming soon, it's because I am now a blush hoarder. And now for my holy grail highlighter, I will be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezy highlighter. This is an amazing highlighter. Like, a little bit goes a long way. All you gotta do is give it a good swirl in the pan, tap, and blend it. Look how beautiful that looks. Amazing. Alrighty, and now I'm gonna go ahead and go back with the Artist Couture palette, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab Aesthetic once again and do my lower lash line. So the lip liner that I'm gonna be using is the MAC Lip Liner in Plum, and then the Buxom Plump Taupe It Off. These are my holy grails. I wear this 6 days out of the week, 345 days in a year. You will mostly catch me wearing these two if you see me. When I'm wearing makeup, of course. Because if I'm not wearing no makeup, then of course I will not have this on. But, so I'm going to go ahead and lip line my lips with Plum. And now I'm going to go ahead and apply my Plump. And I'm going to use my finger and blend everything out. Lastly but not least, I'm going to go ahead and use my Fix Plus. This is it's oldie but a goodie, holy grail finishing spray. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. We have the finished look of all my holy grail products that I absolutely love, products that I repurchase over and over again. They work very well. They blend like a dream. Alright guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video as much as I have. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you guys are notified every single time that I upload a video. And that is every Monday and Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. And I'll definitely see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.